Old Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, would ride through the air on a very fine gander. Mother Goose had a house, 'twas built in a wood, where an owl at the door for sentinel stood. This is her son Jack, a plain-looking lad. He is not very good, nor yet very bad. She sent him to market a live goose he bought. "Here, mother," says he, "it will not go for naught." Jack found one fine morning, as I have been told, his goose had laid him an egg of pure gold. Jack wrote to his mother, the news for to tell. She called him a good boy, and said it was well. A was an apple pie. B bit it, C cut it, D dealt it, E ate it, F fought it, G got it, H hid it, J jumped for it, K kept it, L longed for it, M mourned for it, N nodded at it, O opened it, P peeped at it, Q quartered it, R ran for it, S stole it, T tried for it, V viewed it, X, Y, Z, and ampersand all wished for a piece in hand. A diller, a dollar, a 10 o'clock scholar. What makes you come so soon? You used to come at 10 o'clock, but now you come at noon. As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks, every sack had 7 cats, every cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks, and wives, how many were there going to St. Ives? Baa Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master, 1 for my dame, and 1 for the little boy that lives in our lane. Baa Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. Boys and girls come out to play, the moon does shine as bright as day. Leave your supper and leave your sleep, and meet your playfellows in the street. Come with a whoop and come with a call, and come with a goodwill or not at all. Up the ladder and down the wall, a halfpenny loaf will serve us all. You find milk and I'll find flour, and we'll have a pudding in half an hour. Bye, Baby Bunting, father's gone a-hunting, mother's gone a-milking, sister's gone a-silking, brother's gone to buy a skin to wrap the Baby Bunting in. Cross, patch, draw the latch, sit by the fire and spin. Take a cup and drink it up, and call your neighbors in. Cry, baby, cry, put your finger in your eye, and tell your mother it wasn't I. Dance to your daddy, my little baby, dance to your daddy, my little lamb. You shall have a fishy in a little dishy, you shall have a fishy when the boat comes in. Deedle Diddle Dumpling, my son John. He went to bed with his stockings on, 1 shoe off and 1 shoe on. Diddle Diddle Dumpling, my son John. Dickery, dickery, dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Dickery, dickery, dock. Ding dong bell, pussy's in the well. Who put her in? Little Tommy Green. Who pulled her out? Little Tommy Stout. What a naughty boy was that, to try to drown poor Pussycat, who never did him any harm, but killed the mice in his father's barn. Dr. Foster went to Gloucester, in a shower of rain. He stepped in a puddle up to the middle, and never went there again. Early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. The cock doth crow to let you know, if you be wise, 'tis time to rise. Georgie Porgie, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. When the girls came out to play, Georgie Porgie ran away. Goosey, goosey, gander, whither shall I wander? Upstairs and downstairs, and in my lady's chamber. There I met an old man who would not say his prayers. I took him by his left leg and threw him down the stairs. Handy Pandy, Jack-a-dandy, loves plum cake and sugar candy. He bought some at a grocer's shop, and out he came, hop, hop, hop. Here am I, little jumping Joan. When nobody's with me, I'm all alone. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran after the spoon. Hickety Pickety, my black hen, she lays eggs for gentlemen. Gentlemen come every day to see what my black hen doth lay. Hot cross buns, hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. If your daughters do not like them, give them to your sons. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't set Humpty Dumpty up again. Hush-a-bye, baby, daddy is near. Mama is a lady, and that's very clear. Curly locks, wilt thou be mine? Thou shalt not wash the dishes, nor yet feed the swine, but sit on a cushion and sew a fine seam, and feed upon strawberries, sugar, and cream. I had a little husband, no bigger than my thumb. I put him in a pint pot, and there I bid him drum. I bought a little horse that galloped up and down. I saddled him and bridled him and sent him out of town. I gave him some garters to garter up his hose, and a little pocket handkerchief to wipe his pretty nose. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up Jack got, and home did trot as fast as he could caper. Dame Jill had the job to plaster his knob with vinegar and brown paper. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean, and so betwixt them both, you see, they licked the platter clean. Ladybird, ladybird, fly away home. Your house is on fire, your children will burn. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and can't tell where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them. Little Bo Peep fell fast asleep and dreamt she heard them bleating, but when she awoke she found it a joke, for still they were a-fleeting. Then up she took her little crook, determined for to find them. She found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they'd left their tails behind them. It happened one day as Bo Peep did stray unto a meadow hard by. There she espied their tails side by side, all hung on a tree to dry. Then she heaved a sigh and wiped her eye, and ran o'er the hill and dale, and tried what she could, as a shepherdess should, to tack to each sheep its tail. Little Boy Blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where's the little boy that looks after the sheep? He's under the haycock, fast asleep. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner, eating a Christmas pie. He put in his thumb, and he took out a plum and said, "What a good boy am I!" Little Miss Muffet, she sat on a tuffet, eating of curds and whey. There came a big spider, who sat down beside her, and frightened Miss Muffet away. Little Tommy Tucker sings for his supper. What shall he eat? White bread and butter. How shall he cut it without e'er a knife? How can he marry without e'er a wife? Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? Silver bells and cockle shells, and pretty maids all in a row. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, he called for his glass, and he called for his fiddlers 3. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. But when she came there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. She went to the baker's to buy him some bread, but when she came back, the poor dog was dead. She went to the joiner's to buy him a coffin, but when she came back, the poor dog was laughing. She took a clean dish to get him some tripe, but when she came back, he was smoking a pipe. She went to the alehouse to get him some beer, but when she came back, the dog sat in a chair. She went to the tavern for white wine and red, and when she came back, the dog stood on his head. She went to the hatter's to buy him a hat, but when she came back, he was feeding the cat. She went to the barber's to buy him a wig, but when she came back, he was dancing a jig. She went to the fruiterer's to buy him some fruit, but when she came back, he was playing the flute. She went to the tailor's to buy him a coat, but when she came back, he was riding a goat. She went to the cobbler's to buy him some shoes, but when she came back, he was reading the news. She went to the seamstress to buy him some linen, but when she came back, the dog was a-spinning. She went to the hosier's to buy him some hose, but when she came back, he was dressed in his clothes. One misty, moisty morning, when cloudy was the weather, I met a little old man, clothed all in leather, with a strap below his chin. How do you do, and how do you do, and how do you do again? 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a good fat hen. 11, 12, dig and delve. 13, 14, maids a-courting. 15, 16, maids in the kitchen. 17, 18, maids in waiting. 19, 20, my plate is empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I caught a hare alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I let her go again. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Prick it and pat it and mark it with G, and put it in the oven for Teddy and me. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot 9 days old. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to look at the Queen. Pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a little mouse under the chair. Rain, rain, go away, come again April day, little Johnny wants to play. Rain, rain, go to Spain, and never, never come back again. See a pin and pick it up, all the day you'll have good luck. See a pin and let it lay, bad luck you'll have all the day. See, saw, Marjorie Daw, Jenny shall have a new master. She shall have but a penny a day, because she can't work any faster. Simple Simon met a pieman going to the fair. Says Simple Simon to the pieman, let me taste your ware. Says the pieman to Simple Simon, show me first your penny. Says Simple Simon to the pieman, indeed I have not any. He went to catch a dicky bird, and thought he could not fail, because he'd got a little salt to put upon its tail. He went to take a bird's nest, was built upon a bough. A branch gave way, and Simon fell into a dirty slough. He went to shoot a wild duck, but wild duck flew away. Says Simon, I can't hit him, because he will not stay. Simple Simon went to hunting, for to catch a hare. He rode an ass about the streets, but couldn't find one there. Simple Simon went to fishing, for to catch a whale. All the water he had got was in his mother's pail. He went for to eat honey out of the mustard pot, but he bit his tongue until he cried. That was all the good he got. He went to ride a spotted cow that had a little calf. She threw him down upon the ground, which made the people laugh. Once Simon made a great snowball and brought it in to roast. He laid it down before the fire, and soon the ball was lost. He went to slide upon the ice before the ice would bear. Then he plunged in above his knees, which made poor Simon stare. He washed himself with blacking ball, because he had no soap. Then said unto his mother, I'm a beauty now, I hope. Simple Simon went to look if plums grew on a thistle. He pricked his fingers very much, which made poor Simon whistle. He went for water in a sieve, but soon it all ran through, and now poor Simple Simon bids you all adieu. Sing a song of sixpence, a bag full of rye, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Was not that a dainty dish to set before the king? Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, very ill on Thursday, worse on Friday, died on Saturday, buried on Sunday. That is the end of Solomon Grundy. This is the house that Jack built. This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the maiden all forlorn that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the man all tattered and torn that kissed the maiden all forlorn that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the priest all shaven and shorn that married the man all tattered and torn that kissed the maiden all forlorn that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cock that crowed in the morn, that waked the priest all shaven and shorn, that married the man all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the farmer who sowed the corn, that kept the cock that crowed in the morn, that waked the priest all shaven and shorn, that married the man all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. The lion and the unicorn were fighting for the crown. The lion beat the unicorn all about the town. Some gave them white bread, some gave them brown. Some gave them plum cake and sent them out of town. The man in the moon came tumbling down and asked the way to Norwich. He went by the south and burned his mouth with eating cold peas porridge. The king was in his counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlor, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out the clothes. By came a little bird and snapped off her nose. The queen of hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The knave of hearts, he stole those tarts and took them clean away. The king of hearts called for the tarts and beat the knave full sore. The knave of hearts brought back the tarts and vowed he'd steal no more. There was a crooked man, and he went a crooked mile, and he found a crooked sixpence against a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread. She whipped them all soundly and sent them to bed. I love little pussy, her coat is so warm, and if I don't hurt her, she'll do me no harm. I'll sit by the fire and give her some food, and pussy will love me because I'm good. To market, to buy a fat pig. Home again, jiggity jig. To market, to buy a fat hog. Home again, jiggity jog. Tom was a piper's son. He learned to play when he was young, but the only tune that he could play was Over the Hills and Far Away. Tom with his pipe made such a noise that he pleased both the girls and the boys. They danced and skipped while he did play Over the Hills and Far Away. Tom with his pipe did play with such skill that those who heard him could never keep still. As soon as he played, they began for to dance. Even pigs on their hind legs would after him prance. He met old Dame Trot with a basket of eggs. He used his pipe and she used her legs. She danced about till her eggs were all broke. She began for to fret, but he laughed at the joke. And as Dolly was milking her cow one day, Tom took out his pipe and began for to play. So Doll and the cow they danced a lilt, till the pail fell down and the milk was all spilt. Tom saw a cross fellow was beating an ass, heavy laden with pots, pans, dishes, and glass. He took out his pipe and he played them a tune, and the poor donkey's load was lightened full soon. Multiplication is vexation, division is as bad. The rule of 3 perplexes me, and practice drives me mad. Little Betty Blue lost her holiday shoe. What can little Betty do? Give her another to match the other, and then she may walk in 2. The rose is red, the violet 'tis blue, the pink is sweet, and so are you. I had a little nut tree, nothing would it bear, but a silver nutmeg and a golden pear. The King of Spain's daughter came to visit me, and all for the sake of my little nut tree. There was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. When she was good, she was very good indeed, but when she was bad, she was horrid. For every evil under the sun, there is a remedy, or there is none. If there be one, try and find it. If there be none, never mind it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you show your little light, twinkle, twinkle, all the night. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark. How could he see where to go, if you did not twinkle so? In the dark blue sky you keep, often through my curtains peep, for you never shut your eye, till the sun is in the sky. As your bright and tiny spark lights the traveler in the dark, though I know not what you are, Twinkle, twinkle, little star.